Hi y'all, this is Larry at Deep South Texas. It's Christmas time and we need to take another look at the garden because it is doing well. Here are my cabbages and I couldn't be happier. They haven't started forming heads yet, but it won't be long and they're all looking really healthy. And the broccoli, it's looking great as well. These were planted, transplanted into the garden the first week in November, and it's December 22nd today. My wife planted some broccoli, transplanted some broccoli back on September 10th. It's way too hot to grow broccoli down here, but they're starting to put on heads. Let's take a look at those. So here they are. And this one's got a real nice head on it. This one's getting a head. And we've got another one that's got a couple heads coming on. Again, these were transplanted on September 10th when it was way too hot down here. So I had to hurry up and set up something for shade cloth. So put this up here and then threw a shade cloth over it to try to keep these broccoli alive. It didn't start off very well, but once it cooled down a little bit, they've taken off. One of the stars of the garden this week are the sugar snap peas. And we're just starting to see our first peas now. So pretty happy with that. I don't think we'll have any in time for Christmas dinner, but it won't be long after that. So we've got them on 3 trellises. There, here, and over here. Actually, there's 4 trellises. There's my garden cat. She's hunting lizards, I think. And we have peas on this trellis over here with the eggplants as well. And they're starting to put on peas as well. So we'll be eating peas before long. Around the same time my wife planted that broccoli, she also planted some green beans. Now, I've tried growing green beans before in the summer and it just doesn't work for me, but you know, I had the extra space, so she filled up this bed here. And I didn't have much hope for them, but I did come out. We have harvested green beans a couple times, and I came out last week and harvested some more. Let's take a look at those. So we're going to have some fresh green beans for Christmas dinner. More broccoli in this bed here. It's doing well. And we have horseradish down here. I'm not going to dig any horseradish this year. After 1 year's growth last year when I harvested them, the roots weren't big enough. So I'm going to let these go 2 or maybe 3 years before I dig those up. But I do need, I keep telling myself, I need to get out here and harvest my turmeric and ginger because it's ready. Hopefully before Christmas I'll get that done. The pineapple is hanging in there. I'm sure it's waiting for a little bit warmer weather and a little bit more sunlight. So we're at the day when we get the least sunlight out of the year, so it can only get better from here for this pineapple. The carrots are really looking good. I'm sure that they're over a foot tall now. They're not ready to harvest by any means, but we've got a nice stand of carrots here. And even if we get a little bit of cold weather, they're going to do fine. And next to the carrots is the barrel of dill, and it's put on some new growth here lately, and it's doing good as well. I'd like to get some fresh dirt in this barrel. It's been growing this dill now for about 3 years. I'd like to freshen it up a little bit. So I didn't really harvest my moringa this year, and they grew lots of pods, and the pods fell off, the seeds came out. Now I've got moringa growing in several places in the garden. Here is an example about how the plants germinate out of the seed pod, out of the seeds actually. So it's kind of interesting. The first couple of these I saw, I didn't know what they were till I pulled them up. Okay, we got moringa growing. A few weeks ago I cut all my moringa trees back, getting ready for cold weather. But it hasn't turned cold yet, and this moringa tree is putting out all kinds of new growth. And the banana trees are still looking good. This particular bunch of bananas is looking great, and I'm sure we'll be able to harvest bananas off of this bunch no matter what happens with the weather at this point. We got one kind of funny banana here. 2 of them are growing together. The other two banana trees have also put on fruit. Again, depending on the weather, we may get some bananas off of these, and we may not. But it certainly looks pretty, and it's a lot of fun growing bananas. The onions I planted from seed are doing really well. A couple weeks ago I sort of repositioned them to even them out a little bit, and they don't look like they've been moved at all. I think we're going to have some nice onions this year. The leeks are looking great. The onions I planted from bulbs, mainly red onions, they're doing great. And we've got some shallots down here on this end. They're looking good too. Not sure what happened to my chives this year. We got some still growing and looking healthy, but a lot of them didn't make it. I have to try replanting some chives here in February or so. The garlic chives, though, they don't have a problem. They're real happy. This is a tangerine tree, and it produces lots of small tangerines every year. But this year, it thinks it's time to flower already. I think it's like a little bit early, but maybe that's a good omen. We won't get any cold weather this year. I wouldn't bet on it though. There's a bunch of squirrels out here playing in the backyard. And Bailey the dog has come out to watch them. Wait until they get close, I think. The orange trees are pretty well loaded with oranges this year. It's been a very good year for oranges. This orange is supposedly a pineapple orange, This is a Mars orange. And this is supposed to be a Mars orange too. So looking great. And then the grapefruit tree is overloaded as well. It's sort of funny how the citrus works. Some years there's hardly any, and some years we're just overloaded. So last week I came out and picked a big bunch of Meyer lemons and made lemonade. So, but I still have lots of lemons still on the tree. Anyway, I made 4 gallons of lemonade. I had enough lemons to make 6 gallons, and I still have more lemons. So I have started my pepper plants for this year, and I started them about 2 weeks earlier than I did last year because I wanted to plant them out at the same time as the tomatoes, and they weren't quite as big. I knew I was going to have some germination issues because I did last year as well, so I planted extras, and for the most part I'm going to get the peppers that I want. My biggest issue right now is the California Wonder peppers. None of those have germinated, nor have the Sugar Rush peach. So I may have to go get some new seed for those. But lots of jalapenos are up. Enough Marconis have come up. Enough Anaheims have come up. The Plebanos as well don't look too promising. So, but we'll have peppers, more peppers than I need actually. So the first week in January I will be starting tomatoes. So I wish y'all a Merry Christmas and a happy and prosperous New Year. And I hope your garden does as well as what my garden looks like it's going to do this year. I'm pretty happy with it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it that thumbs up. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time.